Hi, Coach Curly here. You're about to meet Kevin, lovely bloke, struggling with being successful and being able to be successful, being entitled to be successful. This is pretty red-hot stuff. Hi, welcome to another Coach Curly session. Today we're here with Kevin, so welcome.
Thanks, Paul.
What do you want to work on today?
Paul, I want to work on my blockage about making money through my website and the project that we're working on, because it will make a lot of money. But I have this blockage about doing that.
How does the blockage show up?
I think it's particularly what I think others may think and say about what I'm doing, that it's just opportunist for me to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. And is that out of your family background, or is it out of experiences since you were a kid, or where does other people thinking that you're just an opportunist come from?
I think it's come about through what had, I guess, got me to where I am. In my early 50s, I was diagnosed with chronic post-traumatic stress. It was brought about through, the trigger was 2 years of unemployment, but it brought back all of the stuff from Vietnam, where I'd done 2 tours of duty as a forward scout and a machine gunner and a section commander in the infantry. My whole life just sort of collapsed. I lost everything. And it took me a while to come to grips with the idea that I really did need to get help. But in going through that process, I lost everything: marriage, the whole lot. And I think that what the blockage, I know that this is now the absolute purpose and passion for the rest of my life, because I know the lessons that I've learned through what I've experienced I can pass on to other people, and that I know that I can't do this from the position I'm in now. To do what I need to do will take money, and through money I can do the good that I know that I have to do. That what I will be doing, we will be doing, will make a huge positive effect on potentially millions of people. It's not just people like me who are veterans of a variety of wars like Vietnam and Iraq and Afghanistan, but most particularly their families and their children, and their wives and so on, who are, I guess, the term people use as collateral damage to these sorts of things. What happens.
So I'm going to take a guess here, but you've got some kind of website that you're building that's going to help people who've been through these kind of experiences, or they're related to people who've been through these kind of experiences?
Yes.
Okay. And that could do a huge amount of good?
Yes.
And you don't know why it hasn't taken off?
No, it's not that. We haven't launched the website yet. It's in the process of being built. And the project in its... The platform for the project is virtually complete, and we're just needing to finalise the website and then get it out there. But I have this barrier about the potential for criticism, and I don't know, but I think that may come from people saying, well, the only reason you're doing this and doing it the way you are is so that you can make a lot of money. And that's polar opposite too.
Well, here's the problem. You're only worried about it because a part of you agrees with him.
The way I've sort of considered it is that I'm afraid of feeling guilty about the fact that it can and will be lots and lots of money, because this will go international. We're not just working in Australia. It relates to America and the UK and Canada and New Zealand.
Yep. Okay. We don't know that.
No.
Part of how you're self-medicating is living on the excitement of what it can do.
Yes.
You've got to get off that drug. This could be the greatest balls up ever known to man.
So how could I do that?
Do what?
While still.
How could you do what?
How do I achieve what I know I can achieve, and what's become the absolute passion in my life now, and be able to do that, but not have it as part of what might be my own therapy for me.
It's already your own therapy. And it's just okay if you admit it. It's not okay if you don't recognise it. There's a borderline between passion and excitement and therapizing yourself or using it as therapy. When you get over the line, what happens is that you start to thrive, and it's in your voice and it's in your manner, on what's basically the excitement of what could happen.
Yes.
That, when you're excited, when you're on the boil and when you're on the bubble, that is 10,000 times more preferable to post-traumatic stress disorder, where you can't even function. So this drug is very attractive compared to what the lack of it provides. But just recognise it as a drug and you'll be alright. It's only a side player in the whole game. It's just a detail I want to get dealt with and out of the way. It's not the main game. But I just need to know you've got it before we get to the main part.
Yeah, I guess when I think back about it, I have viewed it that way, as, you know, could this be a part of my own therapy to get rid of all that crap that I've gone through in the last few years?
I'm saying it is now already. And if you look at the options in our culture, it's a far preferable option. But it is like driving a car really fast. There's an element of danger in it. All I'm asking you to do is put the seatbelt on. I'm not saying stop, I'm saying recognise what you're dealing with. Because I can hear the preaching in it. Right? So you've got the evangelist thing hat on. And so the evangelist hat and the preaching mechanism, the question that always comes up for me is, who is this message for? And it's always mostly for
Me.
the person preaching. Spirituality is not something that you need to preach about, it's something you need to do. So I'm saying this is a small part in the big picture is recognise that already the excitement around this project and what it could do is working like a drug for you. We would say working positively compared to falling into the depths of depression again. But understand it's a drug.
Okay, yep.
Because you are not that project. How you feel should not be dependent on the project. We deserve to be able to get up in the morning, decide to feel good, and have a great day despite the fact that crap is happening all around us.
Yep.
We deserve to be able to determine, I am going to feel good today even though things are going wrong around us. But when I feel good because things are going how I want them to, or I imagine that they will go how I want them to, then my feelings are being manipulated by imaginings and externals. Therefore, I'm extremely concerned that you take a different tack on this and to say that here is a project that might do what you're saying, and it might explode in your face and vanish in thin air, leaving you with dashed hopes and no money. And let's say they're the two extremes, and every possibility in between. And at this point we don't know. We've got no idea which way it's going to go.
That's true. Don't.